All right, welcome to another episode of F1 News, where we always bring you an analytical perspective, but always with a hint of laughter. So Perez says that he thought that Red Bull acted too hastily in getting rid of him. He said that he has no problems with Red Bull. He said he doesn't feel that they stabbed him in the back. He said that when the car started dropping in performance, that there was pressure on his engineers, and everybody was afraid of losing their jobs, and the press was making fun of them, and then that put pressure on him. And they had to sort of like get rid of him because there was just too much pressure. And he said that he knows from reliable sources that they regret it greatly. And he said that he doesn't blame them, that he said that F1 is a bloody sport and Red Bull was under the pressure. So, when everybody's under the pressure, like I'll tell you, hey, you guys, it's nothing personal, but you got to go because if you don't go, I'm going. You get my point? Christian Horner is like, I have to try something and get rid of people. And he's been justified because everybody who's come after him, I don't think they've done as well as he did. And I think we can really say that it is not Checo's fault at all. That car changed so much. Checo had won 6 races. In fact, Checo was coming second in the Drivers' Championship every year for the first 3 years.
Perez.
Perez. Yeah, Perez. Perez was driving well. So I think now everybody made him the GOAT. Perez must go. Perez must go. Now when I look at Perez, check it out. To me, Perez is the best number 2 driver that Red Bull has had since Ricardo. Him and Ricardo, both of them are, and I respect them as drivers. So I think Perez can be justified now that we can't say it's him at all. We have to remember, Perez won a race with Alpine. That was the race where, remember you told us that Lewis Hamilton and these guys crashed when you guys had your barbecue ready,
It was only the second half of the season that he had trouble.
Even after the one who got
kicked up, he was still good for the first half.
Yeah, and also he built Alpine. And he won with them. He won 3 or 4 races with them. So my thing is that we have to put some respect on his name and realize the only person that I think could handle that car is Leclerc and maybe Alonso. I think those guys would do okay. What do you think, Akunle? I think Leclerc and Alonso.
I think Leclerc is kind of reckless. He's fast, but he crashes too much for me.
Oh yeah,
he has too many DNFs in his career.
Alonso for sure, and then maybe Alonso, maybe what's his name too? Russell. I think they could do it. Yeah. Hamilton couldn't handle that car because Hamilton's the opposite. He uses the back of the car rather than the front. Yeah.
But I think Hamilton takes time to adapt to cars. Let's see how he's still adapting to Ferrari.
That's
another guy who did well in Mercedes. He's now in Ferrari. Let's see how he adapts there.
I actually believe as error-prone as Leclerc is. Leclerc is faster than Hamilton, but as error-prone as he is, I think if they had a really good car, Hamilton might be able to nip him. You understand what I'm saying?
I think his experience of driving different cars might help him when he's trying to learn another car, even if other drivers may appear to be more adapted to those cars, because it's not just the car, it's also the team and all of that. I think
also he's also dealing with driving. He's from those days where you brake late and hard. He's not used to these ground effects car, which are very nervous and very fronty. What were you going to say, Mr. Johnny?
Yeah, I know. Hamilton, he needs to learn to speak Italian too as well. And
I know the language, the spirit of it, not just the language.
And also, but
you have to know how to say the phrase. It'll be like a French guy saying, "I hate you, motherfucker." Like, I hate you, motherfucker. Go ahead.
More of that.
Sorry. Johnny, I jumped in front of you. Go ahead. Yeah.
What I've noticed with Hamilton when he's in his racing with Ferrari is that in mid-race, is that he just fails to unlock the car. There's something, he just gets one peak and then he stays there. He doesn't go beyond it. So he needs to find out that part. Something there he needs to just unlock, and then he goes because he does well in qualifying.
And also he has a good race pace. But the thing is that he can stay at one speed and nurse the tires, but he just doesn't have that extra unlock, that extra.
It needs to. He's driving that car too much. Like Mercedes. One thing with the Mercedes, whether Formula One car or a real Mercedes, a Mercedes Benz, what they is the longer it moves, the better it gets. So that's why he's depending on
great performance.
He's depending on how Mercedes, when he's driving with Mercedes, like when he's driving, then all of a sudden the car just changes to something else, and then and then it goes. So he was expecting that with the Ferrari, but Ferrari is not like that. It's a horse. I think you have to beat he has to beat
that's what Leclerc is good at doing. Leclerc knows how to whip that car.
Then after the car will wake up and then it will move, Mercedes is like
it's how you use your brake and throttles, and Leclerc is good at that. He's very good.
Ferrari feels like McLaren feels like to fix the car, you need to get your transponder and tweak it, and Ferrari feels like you need to get your hammer and hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't know what to say about the other cars. I can't think of any rubbish car that I can insult now. And no, you know what it is? The McLaren car, you just have to sit down and press go.
That's what Kule said, that he just put something together and then to go. I think Red Bull, you need to pour something inside and then it to fly. Anyhow.
All right,
what is it?
So I think that's about it for today. But yeah, so we'll end with this. I think Checo was treated very poorly. People laughed at it, but now we've seen so many guys have come and tried to tame that car, and it's getting worse and worse. I think that it'll be interesting to see if Hadjar joins, if Yuki gets another chance, or Hadjar comes and takes over that number 2 position. They're saying that, Lindblad, that kid in F2, he's going to drive the Red Bull in free practice. Because, Verstappen has to sit out 2 free practices this year. Each driver has to sit out 2. So each team has to have 4 rookies drive it. So it'll be good to see how Hadjar drives that car. Hadjar is 18.
So Hadjar will be driving Verstappen's car?
But maybe in free practice. Maybe, yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Because
I'd like to see someone else. Somebody
not for a race, for free practice. That's for free practice. They said it might be in Silverstone, so we'll see.
Yeah, interesting.
All right, take us out, Mr. Kunle.
Can I just one more thing?
Let Mr. Johnny go.
Nui, he's in where is he now? In Aston Martin, yeah. Okay, and then Martin, they're planning something big for next year, so that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and also we all know that Mercedes is the favorite because they Mercedes engine, so that's why it's good. I think Russell, if they keep him, I think Russell could win a championship because that Mercedes car will be fast. Yeah. Russell is a sneaky kiddo. He signed Lewis Hamilton as a small child. I look up to you, Hamilton. Next minute, he's like, I can beat Hamilton. I'm better than Hamilton.
Naughty boy.
I read Russell came from a middle class family. His dad was maybe a mechanic for cars or something small like that. He didn't come from a rich family. And his brother was trying to become an F1, but they didn't have enough money for proper training for his brother. But then he said that he learned from his brother's mistakes. So his dad was trying to teach his brother how to be an F1, but his dad didn't know how to teach kart driving. But his brother was a guinea pig. The mistakes they made with his brothers, we shouldn't have done this. So now we can help George. So they made a mistake. They learned from their mistakes with his younger brother. And then now they said, okay, now that his older brother. I wish I had been the younger one. You get my point? That story. I wish I had been the younger one so that I can learn from the mistake. This is like with parents. Maybe they beat the first child, blew. That doesn't work. Second child comes in. I love you, second child. I would make.
And that works.
I mean, with your older brother, he's an alcoholic.
Because of that,
Russell is going to be the inheritor of my favorite driver after Hamilton retires.
Yeah, I think. So my point being is that Russell works very hard, and I was telling Johnny, you know what happened, Kunle? During qualifying, before his last lap, Russell asked his drivers to tell him what the wind was on the corners. And then they said the wind is such and such. He said, it's gone up by 16 kilometers per hour. So what he did was when he went to that corner, he now softened his steering because he knew that the wind was pushing him also. So the point I mean is that he's methodical. It's just that when you see him on TV with his glitzy smile, you don't realize that in the background he's doing a lot of meticulous work. A lot of drivers don't think that to gauge the wind, and it's sort of like in golf, and then adjust your driving. I don't think Leclerc does that. Leclerc just says
snipers as well gauge the wind before they take their shot.
So that's what Russell did. Guys like Leclerc, they're like, let me drive now. You get my point. So what I'm trying to say is Russell is dangerous. Also, he's not privileged. He didn't grow up in a rich family like Norris and Verstappen, and he's had to earn everything he wants. So that's why sometimes he tries too hard. He's part of the drivers community. He tries too hard because he wasn't a privileged kid. So we have to watch out for that guy because he could be the champion in a year or two. All right.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay, so it's been another great show that we've had. We've discussed the thrills and spills that is Formula One motorsport. We shall be seeing you in Austria with the Germans on Sunday. And from myself, Johnny and Mustafa, it's adieu, and we'll see you again on the next one.
Are you around at 6:30? We can do the political. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm around.
Okay. I'll see you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Very good.
All right. See you guys.
Great show.
Yeah, we don't do clickbaits like everybody else.